What is quacking, everybody? A year ago, I beat Splatoon 3 without getting hit, and it was time for me to really sit down and beat Splatoon 2's Octo expansion. Octo expansion holds a special place in my heart through speedrunning, doing bingo boards with my friends, and just all the funny little things you could do in Octo expansion, and I really loved Octo expansion, so I figured I need to sit down and beat it without getting hit. So that is what I did. And I thought I was going to come into it with a very nice, easy, this is going to be free mentality. But boy, was I wrong. And you'll see that later. But what are the rules for not getting hit? Well, obviously, don't get hit. If an enemy shoots me, if I get touched by enemy ink, or if I step in enemy ink, I immediately have to reset the stage. Or if it's a stage that doesn't have any checkpoints, I just kill myself and just start over again. Or if it's, a boss battle or something, I have to start the boss battle over. There are some caveats that I do have where once I get into the final stages, there's no real resetting or anything. So when I get hit in the final stages, I just jump off and reset wherever I'm at. It doesn't matter how far I made it. If I was right there at the end, I just reset it. Also, I was really trying not to abuse the fact that you got free points if you ran out of points. I used it at one point because I figured that was probably the most necessary point to use it at. Otherwise, it would have just been a very grueling slog fest, and I will also show that later. So those are the rules. Can't get hit, reset. If there's no checkpoints, I just jump off the stage, do whatever, restart back from the top. No harm, no foul, so I'm not sit there wasting my points, and basically beat every single stage without getting hit. So I went into the first stage very confident, and the confidence immediately got shot out of me. Starting off real strong. Awesome. That's cool. Yep. That's great. Awesome. So that was a very unfortunate start to the challenge, and I had all the confidence in the world and immediately just fumbled at the very first thing, getting hit right away. And unfortunately, having to reset on the very first stage meant I had to close out the game or reload the game again, which meant I had to sit through the entire Splatoon 2 news again. And unfortunately, I had to sit through it twice because I accidentally clicked on my main profile instead of the challenge profile. So I had to sit through the Splatoon 2 news twice. And if you've never played Splatoon 2, you cannot skip the news, which is very unfortunate. So I decided I would lock in, except I got hit one more time after trying to lock in, and I realized, wow, if I actually lock in, I won't have to sit through the news again. So fortunately for me, I only got hit twice in the very first stage, only having to reset and sit through the news 3 times because I accidentally clicked on the wrong profile, and I managed to just continue on with my run after only getting hit twice on the first stage. So, after clearing the first stage, I got an immense amount of confidence, and I was pretty confident in my ability already as I've speedran this before. I was heavily rusty, of course, but that confidence really carried me through. Rollout station, I got hit 0 times as I didn't fall off, and I'm in a ball, so I'm not going to take any damage. I'm in a baller. Rip baller. What's up, 8-ball station? Handled that very easily and managed the ball properly so it didn't fall off, so that was easy as well. Far out station, I only got hit twice, surprisingly. I thought that was going to be one of the more pain points as it's a Rainmaker map and you got to be very careful, but I did manage to get through the stage with relative ease, managing the Rainmaker shots and just really taking my time. 5 minutes is a lot of time, so I was able to breeze through it pretty easily. Gnarly Rails was kind of a hit or miss. I was kind of overthinking it for the most part and got hit 3 times, unfortunately. The first one, I fell off the map, but the next 2 I got sniped by the sniper Octolings, but I eventually made it through. Basilisk Station, I hit my sniper shots, made it through it relatively easy. And then Ink and Slide Station, I was overthinking this one a lot, and I just kept getting hit by the sniper at the end, and then I got hit on my way towards the end as well, just because I was overthinking it. But once I got back in there and I really took my time, I was able to beat it with only getting hit 3 times. And then I got my first blender piece, championing the first piece with only a handful of hits on me. I was not getting hit that much, and I was very shocked and pleased with myself that I wasn't really getting hit all that much and able to just push through and get through these stages with relative ease. So after triumphantly getting my first blender piece, it was time to move on to the second blender piece. Starting with righteous rails, I only messed up once as I fell off the rail, and that counts as a hit, so I messed up once on righteous rails. Then I moved to can't touch this station, and I inevitably got hit at the very end because I wasn't very conscious of what was happening, and I got a little bit too hasty. And then it was time for no whammy station, but I withheld that for a little bit because I didn't know how I wanted to handle it. If I wanted to count the ball getting hit as, you know, me getting hit, or it's just a mission objective, I just need to make it through because I'm not actually getting hit. It's something else. It's not me, it's the mission objective. So I passed on it for now, and I moved to the other side with Bounce With Me Station, where I only got hit once by one of the spinning brushes. And then I moved on to Maverick Station, where I unfortunately fell off the map trying to grab one of the caviar bowls, and that cost me a hit. Moving on to Bumpin' 8 Station after that, I got hit once because I was being careless and going a bit too fast, and the other time was an unfortunate incident where the enemy ink, where the ball bounces off the walls towards the end of the stage, the enemy ink was already there, so when I super jumped over there, I stepped in ink and it was just an automatic I start over. There is a couple cases that I had to face this entire run where I just have to take it and start over because it's just enemy ink there. So that was an unfortunate hit. But after I went on a great run with Shrinky Ink Station, no hit, breezed through that, not a problem. Radical Rail Station, no hits, didn't mess that up a single time. And then I moved on to Target Buster Station, where I kind of forgot how the brush situation was supposed to go with that. So I ended up failing twice, but I got the hang of it towards the end. Then it was time for Girl Power Station, something I'm sure a lot of you were anticipating. I tried it once, and I went through and I got hit 5 times. It was very rough. My strategy was grabbing charger, staying back, and using the charger. I failed the first 5 times, and I didn't have enough points to keep going, and I wasn't going to sit there and like waste my points on stuff. So I ended up moving on to Move It Station just to get some points in the bag. And I only got hit twice in that station, but I ended up clearing it. And then I finally came to a consensus on No Whamming Station, where I was just going to treat it as a mission objective because I felt like it would have been just really impossible and just kind of silly to waste my time when I myself am not getting hit. So to probably maybe some people's disappointment, I did not get hit in No Whammy Station, and I just kind of cleared it, even though the mission objective did get hit. Let me know your feelings on that in the comments below. If you have some objections, I'll read into it. And then after that, I got my second blender piece, and the challenge was going smoothly. I knew I had to face Girl Power Station, but I felt very confident still at this point. But oh boy, was I about to be in a world of hurt. So my goal for this challenge was to kind of complete it in one day, because I knew I could complete it in one day, but I started this challenge very late at night, so this took me 2 days to complete. So when I got to Girl Power Station, I knew this was going to be what probably made me stop for the night if I couldn't get it together. And well, I'll let all of my hits explain to you my feelings about how that night went. I'm so dead here. Yeah. Alright. Kill me. Kill me. Come on. End my suffering. That was really dumb of me. How did you miss? Dude, like, I can hit my shots. Hit while in inkjet, dude. Kill me because they suck at killing me. They can hit me once, but they can't kill me. They can't kill me. Ooh, ooh. My God, I wasn't paying attention. Nope, that's my fault. I wasn't paying attention because I'm stupid. needless to say, I was getting tossed around like a hacky sack at Girl Power Station and just getting slapped around like I was the bench boy trying to bring people water, and I wasn't having a very good time. However, there was finally the run that I needed. Eat shit! Yes! Oh my god, that was so annoying! Oh my god, finally! Jesus Christ! Oh my god. Euphoria washed over me as I cleared Girl Power Station. My head was starting to really hurt by this point that night. It was almost 10 o'clock. It was getting close to my bedtime, or past my bedtime at that point. But the sense of euphoria and accomplishment I felt after Girl Power Station and getting hit 21 total times was rough, but I managed to make it through. And then it was time to move on to the next couple pieces that I started, and after I went to bed, I came back refreshed, going to the third blender piece, starting with Footloose Station, where I only got hit once because I messed up and let them hit me, and then Stick and Move Station, where I got hit twice, once because I fell off the map, and the second time because I shot the target too much, so the thing came around and hit me again. And this led me to the third blender piece. And that was probably the last easy blender piece and the last easy part of this challenge that I would face, as it would get very difficult after this third blender piece. After securing my third blender piece, it was time for the fourth blender piece. And theoretically, there was 2 stages left. Matchmaster Station and Cool Your Jets Station. Starting with Matchmaster, I only got hit 0 times. It's easy, it's a break the box minigame. I breezed through it, no problem. Then it was time for Cool Your Jet Station, which is a boss battle. And it has the little guys on its head, and you have to shoot them, and you have to do it 3 different phases. I got hit the first time, so I thought maybe if I jumped off the map, it would reset the boss fight. It did not. So I had to back out of the boss fight. I didn't have enough points, so I ended up switching over to All That 8-Ball. And my plan was, maybe the boss fight was just going to be too hard. I'm going to go around to the H line and just go around and get the piece that way. So I went to All That 8-Ball. I got hit 4 times, messing up the shots 4 times. So I got hit 4 times. Mad Prop Station, I got hit once because I shot the fan and it took me up into the enemy shot and I got hit. Then it was time for Slap Bracelet Station, which wasn't really that hard. I beat it without getting hit. And then I went back to Cool Your Jets and I ended up getting hit 4 times. I tried my best. I got hit 4 times and I said, screw it. I'm just going to dedicate myself to the H line. So I went all the way back and I did Baller Size Station, which I ran out of time. So that counts as me getting hit. Ran out of time, 1 hit, and I cleared it. Then we get to the Rock and the Hard Place. It was time for Sweet Ride Station, which is a tower control stage. And this stage was brutal. I tried my damnedest to make it through this stage and I just could not get a grip on it. I was coming up with strategies and slowly making my way through it, but it really just wasn't working. I eventually ran out of money and got 3,000 points back and said, screw it, I'm going to go back to Cool Your Jet Station, because it's either try really hard to get Sweet Ride Station without getting hit, which was going to be tough. I only made it halfway through the stage, or take my luck with Cool Your Jets and hopefully on the 3rd phase I could dodge his Stingray attack. And sure enough, I went back to Cool Your Jet Station and I beat it within 2 tries. And I only got hit a total of 7 times on Cool Your Jets compared to Sweet Ride Station, which I got hit 9 times. So I ended up clearing Cool Your Jet Station, getting hit 7 times after honestly doubting myself, because I was really starting to feel it. This was getting to the slog fest point, but I knew I was right there at the end, even though it was kind of a slog. But I was really proud that I was able to pull through and clear a boss fight without getting hit. And then I triumphantly got the 4th piece, and it was time to move on to the promised land through the entire complex, and that thing was absolutely brutal. And if you're already thinking what you think, hold on to your hats, because it was a ride. So going into the statue complex, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't think it was going to be too bad overall, and I was kind of right for the most part. The first section, I only got hit 3 times due to me being a little careless, and there was a desyncing issue where I got hit once, and then the 2 guards got desynced, so it was really hard to get past them, and I got hit again, unfortunately. The second section, I didn't get hit whatsoever. It was fairly straightforward and easy to get through that section. Section 3, I got hit 5 times, and it was mostly from the missile splash damage from the final guy, which was really annoying. I would be about ready to kill him, and he just hits me with missile splash damage, and it was really dumb. Section 4 was fairly straightforward. I didn't get hit a single time. Section 5, I messed up a couple areas and I got hit while trying to scale the tower to get the different pins, so I got hit a couple times there. And Section 6, I really just kind of winged it for the most part. I somehow managed to get through it, only getting hit 5 times. Towards the end, there's the cutscene, and it spawned me on enemy ink for some reason, so that unfortunately counted as a hit. I could have made it through with 4, but ended up making through with 5. And then we get to the Agent 8 boss fight, and this is where things went south. For the most part, this video hasn't been too rough for me to edit. I've got it edited down right now to a fairly decent size, about 20 to 25-ish minutes right now with everything in order. The Agent 8 fight, uncut raw, took me over an hour. You'll see the screenshot right here on the screen. I was losing my mind, and well, I will let you in on this insanity that I had to go through. No! Oh my god. That's so dumb. That's dumb. That should not hit me from up there.
Oh, stinky.
And just then, I was having the run of my life. Finally, I was like, you know what? I had some failures, but I was about to be there. I was right there, just one more bomb. And then it killed Agent 8 while I also got hit. So I had to close out of the game. And I was so devastated. And then I immediately went back to getting a belt put to my ass on repeat.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Fight back, nigga! Fight back, nigga! Fight back! Fight back!
Again! Again! Again!
Again. I kept trying again and again and again, non-stop for hours. My head was starting to hurt again, and I really didn't know if I had what it took to beat this fight without getting hit. Hell, I didn't even know if it was possible to beat this fight without getting hit, because there were so many different variables that you had to factor in when taking on this fight, and I didn't know if I could do it or if it was possible. But then the unthinkable happened. Yes! Let's go! Yes! Finally! Oh my god! I did it. I finally beat the fight after so long, grueling hours, a headache, and just going hard on the fight non-stop, not giving up. And I finally did it, and I was able to close out the run with the Battle of the Turf War. And that was it. The Battle of Turf War was easy. I didn't wipe on there, and I made it through the entire run without getting hit, technically. Beat every stage flawless, and it was definitely a rough journey, not as easy as I thought it would be. There was definitely lots of hard parts, and having to play pretty decently. I would say what made this run easy is the fact that I do play a lot of Splatoon. I play a lot of Splatoon 3, so it's kind of inherent. A lot of things wouldn't have been too hard, but the Girl Power Station and Agent Fight were just insane, to say the least. And the final total, because I did mess up the counter a lot of the time. I kept adding extras because I thought I got hit multiple times. I went back through the footage, recounted everything. I got to hit a total of 143 times. But that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you watching all the way through. If you liked what you saw, subscribe. That would mean a great deal to me. I'll keep posting more. I got more in the pipeline, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.